Chapter 1. Just past sunset, a cool breeze slipped through the canopy as Sarika Silva stood on a boulder and peered up at the umbrella of branches far above her head. There was little light on the forest floor and few plants thriving, yet there were hundreds of years of debris. Ferns and some smaller bushes managed to grow in the dark, dimly lit atmosphere. She could hear the scurry of lizards and mice, of voles and beetles as they hurried back and forth preparing for the night, and the host of predators emerging. She drew in a deep breath, taking in the amazing scents surrounding her. Scores of tree frogs of various species called back and forth to one another. She held herself very still, trying not to attract attention. She had an unfortunate trait she hadn't yet found a way to rid herself of. All manner of wildlife found her fascinating. She reciprocated the feeling, which was fine at home when dogs and cats sought her out, or the occasional bunny. But in the various rainforests she'd visited, the animals had been diverse and often quite dangerous. It wasn't in her best interest to draw attention to herself. She'd had monkeys, sloths, capybaras, and even gorillas seek her out. There had been ocelots, orangutans, and countless other animals that showed up in camp or found her on the trails. Once a Bengal tiger. Herd animals followed her. The rainforest was moody, eerie, mysterious. Beauty and danger went hand in hand in the rainforest. Sarika had spent time working in several around the world. This was her first visit to Peru, and to her shock, she felt as if she'd come home. The emotion was overwhelming, so much so that when she'd first stepped off the boat onto solid ground and made her way to the designated meeting place arranged with her guide, she had felt tears welling up. Her heart accelerated, and every single nerve ending came alive. Alive. That was the true feeling. She felt intensely alive. It was such a weird, unexpected reaction when she'd spent several years studying the various rainforests. Her interest had begun when she was a little girl. She would read everything she could get her hands on, reading far above her grade level on conservation, and especially jaguars, and the way they were slowly going extinct. She wanted to find a way to save them, and it became the driving purpose of her education. Never once had she regretted her decision to save the jaguars. Her hero was Tomas Smolnycki Sr., the leading expert in the field she was most interested in. She'd read everything he'd written, every paper he had produced. He was a conservationist, a biologist, and a mammologist. No matter how long she'd searched, she'd never managed to find a photo of him, or his son. His son went by Tomas Smolnycki Jr. When his father retired, he took over his work and became her new hero. The father and son had worked tirelessly to establish conservation for the rainforests, but more importantly to her, they were passionate about the preservation of large cats, including jaguars. That passion came through in the various articles they had written and the worldwide organization they had founded. She found it interesting that Smolnycki Jr.'s papers sounded so similar to his father's writing. They had the same turns of phrase, the same eloquence. The research was always impeccable, and it held up through the years, as had their conservation ideas. When she was 8 years old, she wrote to Smolnycki Jr. To her shock, he had answered her. They established a correspondence of sorts over the years. He had always encouraged her in her dream of saving the jaguars. He seemed to take her ideas seriously, never chiding her for suggesting various plans